Well, garbage tonight. Completely garbage tonight on Smackdown. Name my topic tonight. I'm the Godfather Soldier. So name my topic tonight for Friday Night Smackdown. It's called Disgraceful and Disaster in Dayton, Ohio. With Backlash beginning good tomorrow night, and I'm gonna give you all my predictions for tomorrow's Saturday night's main event for the SmackDown brand, and I'm gonna mention the 40th anniversary, the first ever Saturday night's main event, which is this Sunday. Which is this Sunday because this Sunday is the 40th anniversary of the first ever Saturday night's main event that aired on premiere on the NBC television network, Saturday, May 11th, 1985. So get ready for rant, everybody. But first, I'm gonna open up the show a little bit of music. For those of you who didn't see my video because it got blocked by video from my review about last one is AEW. I'm gonna do it again since all you guys didn't hear it. It's the WWF WWE music video. The Goonies are good enough to promote the movie. The Goonies are released in theaters, May June 7, 1985. For those of you missed it because didn't hear it because it celebrated its 40th anniversary last Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Yeah, MTV. Yeah, it was aired by MTV. And multiple celebrities are featured in the video, including WWF, WWE future WWE Hall of Famers, Captain Lou Albano, Roddy Piper, Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah, Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Classy Freddie Blassie, and Andre the Giant. The last being only in part two. Steven Spielberg, Lauper's manager at the time, David Wolf. The majority of the Goonies cast minus Cary Green, Ann Ramsey, Joe Pantoliano, Robert Davi, and John Matuszak, the late John Matuszak, an NFL player, and then relatively unknown Bengals of the group of female pirates. Lauper's mother, Katrina, Cindy's mother, as a sea hag, was in that movie. Part one, like I said Wednesday. Part one of the video was released to MTV on May 7, 1985, and part two debuted after the film opened on June 7th, 1985. On the DVD of the Goonies, both parts have been spliced together to one video with no chapter change in the middle of two. Part one of the music video had an extended version released in Japan. The version included more commentary from the voice-over during the opening sequence of the video and extended scenes inside a gas station with the wrestlers. Part one of the video almost did not make it onto DVD due to Warner Bros. Inability to find the broadcast master tape. Warner was ready to start pressing the DVD when someone at VH1 found an unused master broadcast copy of the tape that was sent to their network. In the nick of time, was digitalized and put on the DVD before pressing began. The music video was shot on film, then edited and mastered on videotape for the broadcast. So here it is. I'm gonna play it again one more time for all of you since YouTube blocked it and see if it's working this time. So here it is, and I'll be right back. Get ready for and I will play it music video and audio for all of you. And I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Here it is. Goonies are good enough. Goonies, the WWF WWE music video. Goonies are good enough. From the Goonies soundtrack. It aired on MTV May 7th, 1985. Right back.
Cindy, things were going from bad to worse. Why, her mom and pop gas shop is being forced to close. No more veggie burgers. No more free cookies with gas. No more nothing. Them cheating creditors were about to force them out with eviction papers. I'm gonna miss the smell of what I've been begging for this year. They saw what you cooked last night, Katrina. That's the least of our worries. All right, I'm a leaving. Oh, wait.
What are you gonna do, something? Actually, I say I don't disagree with that guy, that dude, man. I would say coming soon to an MTV near you, because yeah, that what he just said in voiceover guy, man. So that was all you just heard. That little music video. The WWF WWE music video Goonies are good enough. By Cyndi Lauper, the music video with which all future WWE Hall of Famers in that music video. So let's get down to business with tonight's show. How it was garbage, and let's get rocking and rolling. Let's get rolling tonight's show. Let's get rolling. It's gonna take a song, Undertaker song. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. By Limp Bizkit. Let's get down to business. Okay. Friday Night Smackdown kicks off, and we see Damian Priest walking backstage towards the ring. He is stopped by Brian Saxon, who stops him and asks him about his fatal four-way match at Backlash. As he begins speaking, in comes LA Knight, and the two men talk about their tag team match tonight. LA Knight tells Damian if he has his back, he will have his, and he asks for his music to be played. LA Knight's music hits, and we see him walk into the ring. Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. The bell rings to run the way. LA Knight and Damian Priest argue as to who will start the match as Solo attacks Damian. As LA Knight gets on the ring apron, Solo with right hands with kicks followed by a forearm to the face. Priest grabs Solo by the hand and begins walking to the rope and lands on a crossbody. Priest goes for a clothesline, but Solo rolls to the outside of the ring. Priest to the outside, he jumps off the steel steps, landing on a double X. Fatu drops from the ringside from the apron and gets into Damian's face, but LA Knight with his baseball slide onto Fatu. Back from commercial, Solo knocks LA Knight off the ring apron, and Damian knocks Solo down. Damian goes for the tag, but LA Knight is down on the outside of the ring. Solo grabs Damian and hits him with a Samoan drop. Fatu was tagged in, and he land a South Senton. Damian is down in the Fatu in the corner, lands on a running hip attack. Solo is tagged in, back in, and he goes for a running hip attack. But Damian with a spinning heel kick. LA Knight is tagged in, and it is Fatu. LA Knight with the right hands followed by a rushing leg sweep. A jumping net breaker onto Fatu followed by a body slam. LA Knight to the ropes, and he lands on a jumping elbow. Fatu back up, and LA Knight slams him to the mat. He climbs to the second rope and goes for the jump, leaping up the elbow drop. Damian tags himself in. LA Knight looks at him. Shot with Damian with a clothesline onto Fatu. Damian goes for a chokeslam, but LA Knight tags himself in. Solo was tagged in, and he pushes LA Knight onto Damian. Solo goes for a Samoan spike, but LA Knight ducks and lands a BFT. He goes for the cover and gets a pin. Winners, LA Knight and Damian Priest. LA Knight and Priest are in the ring after the match, and Priest with right hands. In comes Jacob Fatu, who attacks both men and hits them with a running hip attack. Fatu raises the Unite US Championship after the match, but in comes Drew McIntyre, who hits him with a claymore and takes him down. Drew throws the title onto Fatu and leaves the ring. Tired of his whining, his psycho. We cut to the outside end of the arena where R-Truth is holding a "Let's Go Cena" sign. In comes Jimmy, asking what he's doing. R-Truth and tells him that John Cena is in the building tonight. Jimmy looks disappointed and leaves tonight. Leaves. Let me tell you what I've been hearing. I've been hearing some rumors saying that John Cena would turn back into a baby face, and or some of you say that R-Truth might turn heel and help John Cena, align with John Cena. Back from the commercial, Drew McIntyre is stopped by Byron Saxton. Drew says what he did to Jacob Fatu was a message to Jacob Fatu, and he will shoot a silver bullet onto the werewolf. Drew asks Priest why is Priest in the match at Backlash. He will beat him at WrestleMania, but Priest keeps getting rewarded. He says is BS, but Fatu is the baddest yard in the dog, and that is why he went after him. Once he wins, he will be a Grand Slam champion. Drew says that's a problem with all the gas and no brakes. It works until you hit a brick wall, and that brick wall is the new U.S. champion, Drew McIntyre. We cut to highlights of last week where Zelina Vega pinned Piper Niven. The camera cuts to a clip from earlier today. We see Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest mourning, but in come Nick Aldis and Zelina Vega. Aldis asks her what is she doing, and Vega tells her they are pathetic. Vega tells her they are pathetic. Green tells Vega she has no girlfriends, and Zelina challenges Green to a tag team match tonight. A pre-recorded Aleister Black promo airs. He says he's found the truth, and the truth is that he came back because he believes that he is the consequences, and that this is his company. He needs more than a man who whispers in the shadows is so much bigger than good against evil. He says he is here to confront you, physically and mentally. And as for Carmelo, he says, I haven't figured out yet, or have I? We cut to the ring. We see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Out comes Zelina Vega, and she points to the ramp, and her tag team partner is Alexa Bliss. Wow. She's back. The bell rings and are underway. Vega and Niven start the match, and Vega goes for a crossbody, but Niven catches her and slams her onto the mat. Chelsea is tagged in. She goes for a splash, but Vega moves out of the way. Vega trips her, and Chelsea is leaning on the second rope. In comes Niven as Vega trips her up next to Chelsea. Vega to the ropes, and she lands on a double 619. She goes for cover, but Chelsea kicks out. Vega goes for the tag, but Chelsea trips her up. Niven is tagged in, and she lands on an elbow. Then we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Niven picks Vega up, but Vega lands on a DDT. Chelsea is tagged in, but as is Alexa. Sorry. Bliss with right hands, followed by a head scissor takedown. Bliss with a blockbuster. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea kicks out. Bliss grabs Chelsea and throws her in the corner, but Chelsea with a back elbow. Chelsea climbs to the top rope, but Bliss trips her up and gets her in her tree of woe. Bliss with a drop kick. She climbs to top rope and lands Twisted Bliss. She goes for the cover, but Niven breaks it up. In comes Vega, who goes for the cold red. Niven blocks it. Bliss with a kick, and Vega with a cold red. Niven to the outside of the ring. Vega with a Meteora. Chelsea grabs Bliss and goes for a unprettier, but Bliss reverses it into her sister Abigail. She goes to cover and gets the pin. Winners, Zelina Vega and Alexa Bliss. That's okay. That's an okay match. We cut to Rey Fenix, who was walking backstage, and he is stopped by Santos Escobar. Fenix tells him he beat him last week and it's over. There is no conversation. Escobar tells him that he knows that, but he has one thing to tell him. He leans in and asks Rey who said anything about a conversation. And in come Berto and Angel, who attack Rey Fenix as WWE officials and Andre come to break it up. We cut to a black SUV entering the arena, and Charlotte Flair steps out of it. And then we see a commercial break. A video package airs between the history of John Cena and Randy Orton. We see clips of their 2014 Hell in a Cell match. 2014 Hell in a Cell. At the 2000 at the two, of their match at the 2014 Hell in a Cell. Charlotte Flair's music hits and out she comes to the ring. The fans boo and tells the fans that the queen has arrived. She says she is coming off as the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history and she needs to give credit where credit is due. She was out for 2 years with a career-ending knee injury. She took our champion to her time limit. We see a picture of Stratton beat up at WrestleMania 41, and Flair says she enjoyed her WrestleMania moment, and she is announcing her path back to the SmackDown Women's Championship. The fans boo, and she asks why they're disrespectful to her. Flair tells them that she's the GOAT of women's wrestling, the greatest of all time. The fans boo, and she looks confused. Flair says if they continue, she will leave and never come back. Yeah, get out of here. The fans cheer, and she says she's giving them one more chance, and they continue to boo. Flair stands the microphone on the mat, and she leaves the ring. Well, you know what, Charlotte? All I can say is this, sweetheart. Tramp. Bitch. If you want to blame somebody, blame yourself. Your ego did this. Your ego, just like your father. As she begins walking, the lights go out, and bam, it's Jade Cargill. She walks and stops next to Flair, and both women look at each other. Flair walks to the back, and with Jade getting in the ring, Jade tells Flair to wait. She had her chance. Now head to back in the line. Flair looks back at Jade and walks to the back. Back from the commercial, Charlotte and Flair and Nick Aldis are arguing. Charlotte look in the mirror. Flair tells him she helped make the division, and Aldis tells her she can't throw a temper tantrum when Flair tells him she helped make the women's division. Aldis tells her she can't throw a temper tantrum when things don't go her way. Look in the mirror, Charlotte, please. Look in the mirror. She says she has no time, and she approaches her car. She tells the driver to take her to the airport. The door slams, and it's Alexa Bliss. She tells Flair to have a chat, and we cut to the ring. With Cargill in the ring, out comes Nia Jax. And as the bell is about to ring, out comes the SmackDown Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. #1 contenders match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. And here we go. The bell rings and we're underway. Nia with a shoulder tackle onto Jade. Nia with a splash in the corner, but Jade with forearms. A shoulder tackle takes Nia down. Jade grabs Nia, but Nia lifts Jade up and lands on a Samoan drop. A leg drop by Nia, and she goes for the cover, but Jade kicks out. Then we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Jade with a Samoan drop. She gets to her feet, and lands on a suplex. Jade with a super kick and a spine buster. She goes for a cover, but Nia kicks out. Jade goes for a kick, but Nia grabs her and lands on a powerbomb. She goes for the cover, but Jade kicks out. Nia climbs the second rope, but Jade gets to her feet, and she kicks Nia in the face. Jade throws Nia off the second rope onto the mat, and Jade climbs to the top rope. Jade with a flower splash. She goes for the cover, but Nia kicks out. She gets Nia up, but Nia with a right hand, and she throws Jade into the corner. Nia goes for a splash, but Jade with a pump kick. She goes for the cover, but Nia kicks out. Out comes Naomi at the ringside, and she throws Tiffany into the ring steps, and that strikes Jade and Nia with a headbutt followed by a senton. Nia with an annihilator. She goes to the cover and gets a pin. Winner, Nia Mahal Jax. Bullshit. This is really BS. I don't know why the fans are liking this crap. I don't know why fans are liking wanting Nia Jax to win this match. I don't know why I think all them I think all of them are biased against Jade Cargill. This is just not fair to me. This is just crap. Why in the world are shoving nine jacks in our throats once again? You know what? Since I was never a Tiffy Time fan, it looks like the Tiffy Time era is over now. Stupid move by WWE, and I think Naomi wants her to win so Nia can get her revenge on Tiffy for cashing in on her last year with her 2024 Money in the Bank contract. And Naomi, you crossed the line, costing Jade the number one contender spot. You're gonna pay. I mean, you still hate, you really still do your ass still really do hate Jade that much, don't you? And I'm telling you this. If they, somehow Nia Jax is gonna get Naomi as her manager, and she's gonna get Naomi do everything to keep that SmackDown Women's title for a long time. What's the matter? No, even though I'm no fan, Tiffy Time said, "What's the matter, Nia? You still pissed off because Tiffy Time cashed in on you last year? You still butthurt? You think this is all? It's gonna be Tiffy's fault that she should have big she should have did what she said. She said go to Raw to cash in on Rhea Ripley, get that Raw Women's title off her belt, off her stomach. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Way to go, WWE. Let's have Nia Jax, this huge bitch Nia Jax shoved in our throats. Let her bury more talent in the years to come, in the future. We all know you all. I mean, I don't know. It's unbelievable. We cut to the Street Profits and they are stopped by Misha and B-Fab. They congratulate Street Profits and Ford tells them that hurt or not, they will put everyone on notice. Then we go to commercial break. Out come the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. And she has Street Profits to the ring who have tape on their ribs and legs. Ford says they have been the talk of the town for the last 2 weeks, and they put on the greatest LTC match of all time. But with that said, what happened will always be what with that said with that be said with that be said what will happen what will always happen is that the Street Fighters will come out on top. Fraxion's music hits, and Ford says, "You gotta be kidding me." Frazier tells him that he apologizes for the interruption, but it feels good to be on SmackDown. Frazier tells Axiom they are rubbing shoulders with the SmackDown Tag Team Champion and possibly the best tag team in the game right now. They get in the ring and Frazier tells Axiom that Shawn Michaels told them that if they see an opportunity to take it. Axiom tells them they are amazing, but no disrespect. But those titles will look great on them. Dawkins tells them that they only won 2 matches and asks them if they deserve a title shot. Axiom tells them yes, and Ford tells them that after 3 weeks they want a title shot. Out comes Nick Aldis and says he likes what he's seeing. Fraxium are new and they have not shown to be worthy of a title shot yet, but they are in the heartland of opportunity. Aldis makes a tag team match between both teams right now. We go to commercial break. Here it is: the Street Profits versus Faxion. Okay, hold on a second. Back from commercial, the match is already on where Fraxium double team Ford in the ring, and Dawkins is tagged in. He has a tape on his left elbow and the right knee. Frazier to the top ropes and lands on a drop kick, a headlock takedown on Dawkins. Frazier throws Dawkins to the ropes, but Dawkins with a spinning back elbow and Frazier to the outside of the ring. Dawkins to the outside, and he pushes Frazier into the announce table. Dawkins back into the ring and asks him outside. He throws Frazier back in the ring. Ford is tagged in, and he has the tape around his ribs. Ford with a kick to the ribs. He goes for the cover, but Frazier kicks out, and Dawkins is tagged back in. They double team Frazier. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Frazier kicks out. Dawkins is tagged back in, and they double team Frazier. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Frazier kicks. Dawkins grabs Frazier, but Frazier with a duck kick to the side of the head. Axiom is tagged in, and they double team Dawkins, who is thrown to the outside of the ring. In comes Ford, and he is thrown to the outside of the ring. Fraxion with a double suicide dives onto Street Profits. Back from the commercial, Dawkins lifts Frazier up in the air and slams him on the mat. Axiom is tagged in as Ford tagged in as is Ford. Ford with a right hand, and he knocks Frazier off the ring apron. Ford with a clothesline followed by a back suplex. Ford with a standing moonsault. He goes for cover, but Axiom kicks out. He throws Axiom to the ropes, but Frazier tags himself in. Frazier gets in the ring and rolls Ford up, but Ford kicks out. Both men to their feet, but Ford with a super kick. Ford with a top rope, but Frazier with a kick to the side of the head. Frazier jumps to the top rope. Dawkins tags himself in. He gets Frazier in the electric chair position, and Ford with a doomsday blockbuster. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Axiom breaks it up. Axiom grabs Ford, who was on the ring apron, but Ford with a kick to the side of the head. Ford climbs to the top rope, and jumps, but Axiom with a kick to the ropes. Dawkins with a kick onto Axiom, and Frazier throws Dawkins to the outside of the ring. Frazier goes for a suicide dive, but Dawkins with a right hand. Dawkins climbs to the top rope, and Frazier with his right hand. Axiom tags himself in and climbs to the top rope and lands on a Spanish fly. Frazier with a swinging splash, and he goes for the cover, but Ford breaks it up. Ford is tagged in, and Dawkins with a spine buster onto Frazier. Dawkins to the outside, and Axiom with a golden ratio onto Dawkins. Ford climbs to the top rope and goes for a spar splash, but moves out of the way. Axiom is tagged in, and Axiom lands on a dropkick as Frazier trips Ford in Capitulo Inferno. Axiom goes for the cover and gets the pin. Winners, Fraxion. Both men shake hands and hug after the match. We cut to Schiffer Stratton, who is backstage, and in comes Nia, who tells Stratton not to worry about Naomi, but worry about her. Stratton tells her when she beats Nia, she'll make sure there is a spot for her on the losers table next to Charlotte Flair, and Stratton walks away. Just watch some. I bet you somehow, even though I'm not a big fan of Tiff Stratton, somehow there's gonna be interference. Walks away. Sorry. The Miz is backstage with Carmelo Hayes. Miz tells Hayes that he will show him where he needs to get the job done, because tonight is all about Hayes. It is showing everyone that Hayes is the 10th moment of the world. Miz tells him that Melo don't Miz, and they are awes him. Awes him. Commercial break. Carmelo Hayes with The Miz versus Aleister Black. The bell rings, we're underway. Black with a headlock with a headlock takedown, but Hayes gets to his feet. He is thrown to the ropes. Hayes goes for a springboard crossbody, but Black moves out of the way and sits on the mat. He gets back up and grabs Hayes, but Hayes with kicks. He grabs Black, but Black with Hayes with kick. Black with Black with kicks, and Hayes falls to the outside of the ring. Black with a moonsault off the second rope onto Hayes on the outside of the ring. Black goes for a kick onto Hayes, but Hayes moves out of the way, and Hayes hits Black with a drop kick over the timekeeper's arena. Back from commercial, Black with a leaping knee to the face. Both men are down. They slowly get to their feet and exchange right hands. Black with punches and kicks, followed by with a knee to the backside of the head. And Black with a springboard moonsault off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Hayes kicks out. Black lifts Hayes up, but Hayes lands on his feet and lands on a super kick. He grabs Black, but Black lands on a brainbuster. He lands for a cover, but Hayes kicks out. Miz gets on the ring apron. Hayes goes for a right hand, but Black ducks, and Hayes knocks Miz off the ring apron. Black rolls him up and gets the pin. Winner, Aleister Black. Not bad. And Miz leaves the ring after the match, and Black hits him with a black mask. And Black leaves the ring and sits down on the ramp. And Hayes looks at him. We cut backstage to see Jacob Fatu and Sol Sikoa. Sol tells Fatu that they don't have numbers advantage and they need to have a game plan. Fatu tells him that tomorrow he will walk Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damon Priest. That's one game plan he needs, and when he walks away. Then we go to commercial break. Fraxium and are backstage, and they are stopped by the machine guns. They congratulate Fraxium on their win, but in come DIY, who attack both teams. They tell Fraxium they took advantage of the Street Profits. Who were still not fully fit after their TLC match. Old Scars with Santos Escobar versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. The bell rings and run away. Angel and Rey start the match. Rey with a shoulder tackle off the second rope. He goes to recover, but Angel kicks out. Angel pushes Rey into the corner, and Berto is tagged in. They double team him in the corner, and Berto goes to recover, but Rey kicks out. Berto goes for a suplex, but Rey lands on his feet, and Andrade was tagged in. Andrade with a suplex, but in comes Angel. Rey gets in the ring, and Los Garza throw them to the outside of the ring. Back from commercial, Andrade and Berto are in the ring. Andrade with a poison rana. Rey and Angel are tagged in, and Rey with right hands. Rey places Angel on the top rope. He grabs Berto by the arm, jumps onto the rope, kicks Angel onto the side of the head, and lands on an arm drag on Berto. Andrade gets in the ring, and Angel knocks him down, and Rey knocks him down, and Rey knocks him down. Angel throws Rey in the corner and lands on a splash. Berto is tagged in and lands on a moonsault. He goes to the cover, but Andrade breaks it up. Rey with a kick to the face. Escobar gets on the ring apron and distracts the referee. Berto rolls up, and distraction backfires. Berto lets go of the pin, and Rey slams him face first. He goes for the cover, but Angel breaks it up. Andrade is tagged in, and he lands on a spinning elbow to the face. Angel to the outside, and Rey with the Adios Amigo on Berto. Rey with a splash over the top rope, and Angel and Andrade with a message onto Berto. He goes for cover and gets the pin. Winners, Andrade and Rey Fenix. Santos Escobar gets in the ring, and after the match, he begins yelling at Berto. He puts his fingers on Berto and slams his hand away. Both men are face to face, and Berto leaves the ring with Angel looking at both men. Then we go to commercial break. Here comes a piece of crap. John Cena's music hits, and out comes the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion to the ring. He asks for his music to stop, and he points to ring announcer Nash, gets to the ring, and reintroduces John Cena's more enthusiastic tone. As Cena is being introduced, someone throws a bottle in the ring. Cena stops the introduction, grabs the bottle, and looks at it. He shakes his head, and Nash continues the introduction. Nash gives him the microphone and leaves the ring as the fans boo. Cena says tomorrow your childhood dies. He is the reason they all reduced to throwing empty bottle beers because they knew how important Backlash is. They will do everything they can, just like Randy Orton, which is why Orton is not there tonight. The fans boo, and Cena tells them not to boo because Orton is smart. I bet Cena thinks that hold on, let him finish. Wait, hold on. Wait, no, I'm just reading. He tells Cena's the fans boo Orton. Cena and tells them not to boo because Orton is smart. He says Orton is at home with his family in St. Louis preparing for the biggest moment of his career. The first time he wrestled Orton was almost 25 years ago. Since the time they shared the ring, almost 100 appearances. There are 31 championships between them and two names, which are ruthless aggression. He says if you are between ages of 12 and 55, you either choose Randy Orton or you choose John Cena. And that is what is at stake at Backlash 2025. He says tomorrow is their final match. Tomorrow they only get to choose one more time tomorrow. Tomorrow their childhood dies. He says if you are a fan between the ages of 3 and 11, your childhood dies too. Because he will show them that life isn't fair. Winners write the history books, and Hogan and Randy Orton is a liar. And Cena says the only person Orton has been lying to most is himself. Cena says hustle, loyalty, respect, hustle. Randy Orton has this job because of his family. He has never been held accountable for anything. Orton is the greatest of all time at wasting his potential. Cena is the greatest of all time because he is hustle, loyalty. Orton thinks that working a job a lot of days in a row is loyalty. That's not loyalty. That's cashing a check. Orton says he is a piece of furniture, and he is right. He is a lazy boy. He says after 25 years of injuries, bad attitudes, and being celebrated and overpaid, you can't on Orton for anything. Orton is the greatest of all time at doing bare minimum. Cena is the greatest of all time because he is loyalty. He says respect, which is the fans do not show him, but Orton wants to beg for their respect, and he has to remind them that he is a third generation superstar. No one knows Orton Sr. The only thing his dad is known for is banging up his mom. Wow, and the only thing Orton is known for is riding on Cena's coattails. Orton called himself a legend killer, but he removed names that were barely relevant in the first place. But tomorrow Orton kills the legend of Randy Orton. Cena says that Orton will be like his 2006 drug test, a failure. Cena says Orton is the greatest of all time at making a mockery of what WWE superstars should be. Cena is the greatest of all time because he is respect. He says tomorrow is a historic moment for WWE because he makes history again. And this is what a last real champion looks like. Cena raises his belt in the air, and then comes someone from wearing a Randy Orton hoodie in black. He goes for an RKO, but Cena blocks it, and he lands on an attitude adjustment. In comes Randy Orton from behind. He lands on an RKO. Orton raises his title in the air as his music hits and Smackdown goes off the air. Wow. I'm surprised. I didn't expect Orton was gonna. I thought Orton was gonna be there tonight, but he's surprised. All I can say is this. All I can say is this. I said, all I can say is this. Hey, Cena. You thought Orton was gonna be there tonight in Dayton, Ohio, because he's a coward, but you were wrong. He came right in the ring and bam, RKO'd you. You know, all I can say is this is a terrible show tonight. You know what? And you know what? All I can say is this: tomorrow. I know all of you heard my predictions for tomorrow for my predictions for my Raw predictions, but all I can say is all I can say this right now. Like I said before, all I can say is this tomorrow. All I can say tomorrow night at Backlash, I can say this. I know what's gonna happen. I know exactly what is going to happen. I say that why well hold on, let me give me some time. Let me get some time here. All I can say that Cena is gonna do that John Cena I know what John Cena is gonna do. I know exactly what John Cena is gonna do. I know exactly what he's gonna do. What tomorrow night at Backlash, Cena's gonna do what Orton did to him in the past while he was a babyface. Uh, um, yeah, this I just tonight was just a terrible show. I know how Backlash is gonna be. Let's get to the predictions right now. I'm gonna do the predictions for the SmackDown brand right now. Yeah, this is the this is it. This is right here the for the SmackDown the undisputed match. This undisputed title WWE undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment title. I will say is this: Cena's gonna retain. I'm just you to watch. Cena's gonna retain. Cena's gonna do because Cena's gonna do what Orton did to him in the past while he was a babyface and while Orton was a heel at tomorrow night at Backlash 2025. What I bet you Cena might have The Rock and Travis Scott back him up and watch Orton see his dad, WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton, get attacked by them. It will not be the same thing as when Orton punt kicked Cena's dad in the head on the August 27, 2007 edition of Monday Night Raw after the match at SummerSlam 2007. And probably what might happen is what will happen is that Cody, who wasn't seen on WWE TV after he lost the undisputed title to Cena at Night 2 at WrestleMania 41, and with Orton might in A Orton, and you might see a legacy reunion. Or you know what? Probably I think probably Nick Aldis might come out here and see Cena beat Orton and Bloody Pulp. And Nick Aldis might tries to stop the match and what might happen, we might have see a heel general manager might see Nick Aldis turn heel on Randy Orton, costing him the SmackDown World title against the WWE undisputed WWE title against John Cena. And we might see a heel SmackDown GM, Nick Aldis, because remember he RKO'd him just because he can't give him a match against Kevin Owens. That's what probably might happen. Or maybe my R-Truth might interfere and help John Cena win because he likes John Cena. And because he is his childhood hero, which doesn't make sense because they're 5 years apart. Cena and Truth. Who knows what happened and now in the next one, the fatal 4-way match for the U.S. title match. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I say that I'm gonna go with Damian Priest, but I think Drew McIntyre Jacob Fatuma retain. If Drew McIntyre wins, I'll be really pissed because he would always wants to have everything handed to him. So everything is about him. Drew McIntyre needs to go away. He's been in the spotlight long enough. It's 2000. It's not 2020. It's 2025, not 2020. He's not. He's not. He's been had his spotlight long enough already. It's time to give him someone else a chance. Yeah, that's my little prediction right there. Um. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now you know it's time. Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back, everybody. As I was saying, okay, now I got everything covered for my predictions for the SmackDown brand. And by the way, it's some reminder to all of you. This Sunday will be the 40th anniversary of the first ever Saturday Night's Main Event on NBC. On NBC Sunday, Saturday, May 11th, 1985, on NBC Television Network by WWE. It was called the World Wrestling Federation, where it all started. Yep, 40th anniversary. Now I got that covered away. Now it's time for something I like to do. Oh, you know what it's time for? You know what it's time for? It's time for Justin's Timeline History. All the wrestling birthdays, all the pop culture history, and all that stuff. All you hear that thing was a thing from Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Can't wait for his 40th anniversary on June 3rd, 1985. June 3rd, 2025. June 3rd, 2025, because it came out in July 3rd, 2025. Can't wait for his 40th because the movie came out July 3rd, 1985. Okay, now let's go to some pop culture history. Let's go to yesterday, May the 8th. Shall we? Okay. Okay. Yesterday, Okay, yesterday was a happy 35th birthday to Io Sky, WWE World Raw Women's Champion. Yesterday was a happy yesterday would have been a happy scene. Yesterday would have happy 56th birthday to Akibono. Tommaso Ciampa turned 40 yesterday. And now let's go to yesterday's wrestling history. See. Okay. On WCW Prime, hosted by Tony Schiavone and American Dream Dusty Rhodes, God rest his soul. Matches showed I think Big Bubba defeated, or somebody knows Big Boss Man defeated Steve Storm. Brad Armstrong defeated I think Donio Casanova. And the Blue Bloods defeated jobbers I think Bill Quinn and Bobby Starr. And Stunning Steve Austin, we know it's Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Steve Hall. Two Steves facing off against each other. And I think either Alex Wright or Bunkhouse Buck won this match. It was Bunkhouse Buck versus Alex Wright. And I think Harlem Heat defeated Stars and Stripes. And on Monday Night Raw, same day, Monday Night Raw, May 8th, 1995, took place in Omaha Civic Auditorium in Omaha, Nebraska. Jeff Jarrett defeated Doink the Clown. Hakushi defeated Gary Scott, and then we see a little skip body down his promo. Bart Gunn with Billy Gunn defeated Owen Hart with Jim Cornette and Mr. Fuji. Yeah. Let's see what else. Trying to see what else. I'm trying to see what else. See what else. Yeah, on WWE Velocity. WWE Velocity. On the same Velocity. Sunday Night Heat. Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, Maven defeated Val Venus. Tyson Tonko defeated Arch Kincaid. And the Heartthrobs of Tonio and Romeo defeated Tajiri and William Regal. And let's see what else. Let's see. Now, 2015 Impact Wrestling. Bully Ray returns as a special guest referee for the Kurt Angle versus Impact Eric Young Impact Wrestling. Ethan Carter in matches to Ethan Carter III defeated Mr. Anderson in the Falls Count Anywhere match. Drew Galloway with the Rising members. Micah and Eli Drake defeated MVP with the Beatdown Clan members Kenny King and Low Key. Dollhouse, Taryn Terrell, Jay and Marty Bell defeated Gail Kim and Austin Khan. No, I didn't feel and you know Taryn Terrell was booed here, and Taryn Terrell was the heel and Gail Kim was the face. You know, I didn't feel sorry for Gail Kim on this night after all after all the bad crap Taryn Terrell, after all the crap she did, after all the bad shit Taryn Terrell's been doing during Impact Wrestling in the past. I mean, I didn't feel sorry because fans seem to forget out. I did not feel sorry for Gail Kim on this night. She got a dose of her own medicine after all the she's been bullying and tormenting Taryn Terrell in the past. So I don't feel sorry for Gail. Then Kurt Angle defeated Eric Young to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship with Billy Ray as a Billy Ray as a guest referee. And then pulp culture, some movies released in theaters. A couple movies released in theaters. May the 8th, 2015. The D Train, starring Jack Black, James Marsden, Katherine Hahn, and Jeffrey Tambor. Heart Pursuit, female buddy cop film starring Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara from Modern Family, TV's Modern Family. Heart Pursuit. And Maggie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Abigail Breslin and British actress Joy Richardson. That this was Arnold Schwarzenegger's nine related action film. This was his first horror movie. But this was his best kind of horror movie since film since like Predator, which is kind of action, and End of Days, which is a little bit of action. But this one has no action right here because Arnold Schwarzenegger is an action star of the action genre. Schwarzenegger. And I love Arnold. Hasta la vista, baby. Okay. Now let's go to May the 9th. Okay. When we lost a wrestler, we lost a wrestler died on this day, May 9th, 1995. Adrian Bilgeron, I don't know when he died of. He's born October 26th, 1918. Okay, 11:59 right now. Yesterday was a happy 49th birthday to Sean Asborn. Would have been a happy 49th birthday to Sean Asborn. He died of a suicide. Day was January 26, 2011. And today is a happy birthday to Axiom. WWE's Axiom. He was born. Yeah, he's 29 today. And Brazo Sabacanero, he turns 59 today. Mexican wrestler. He would have been 59 today. He died on October 27, 1999. He was a Mexican wrestler. Brazo Cyberkinetico. Yeah. And on this a little recent wrestling history on this day. Yeah, made it 1965. Wait, yesterday. Oh, Kevin Kelly, he turned uh 48 yesterday. 48 yesterday. Kevin Kelly turned 48 yesterday. Former WWE announcer and former Ring of Honor commentator. And he was a backstage interviewer for WWE and did commentary for WWE. Okay, on WWF wrestling from Washington, it was May 6, 1999, a little show. Uh, yeah, this was Thomas Moran faced off against Cowboy Bill Bull Watts, and I think Cowboy Bill Watts defeated Thomas Moran and Tony Newberry in hold on a second. Yeah, Bill Watts defeated Thomas Moran. Chief Big Heart defeats Tony Newberry, and Argentino Apollo defeated Wild Boyer, and Chief White Otter defeats Steve Stanley by referee's decision. This was from the WWE's. This is when the WWE was called the World WWF Worldwide Wrestling Federation. This was May 9th, 1965. And let's see. Yeah, let's see what else. On ECW Hardcore TV. Yeah, Chris Benoit defeats and Dean Malenko defeats Norman Smiley and Michael Rip. And ECW World Champion Sandman defeated Cactus Jack to retain the title. And backstage, Cactus Jack we know is Mick Foley confronts the Triple Threat in their environment. Jack is held back by several people. Shane Douglas says he never put his hands on Cactus Jack. Douglas says that Cactus Jack has no idea how easy it will be for him to become champion again. Sandman enters and says it's not going to be as easy as you think. Before leaving, the two challengers in the locker room are held back by other wrestlers. Then on Monday Night Raw, May 9th, 2005. Okay, do we see a segment between Triple H and Batista? This took place on Monday Night Raw. This was at the Rock Heavy Arena in Wicksville, Pennsylvania, May 9th, 2005. Yeah, they got and Triple H Triple H left the ring and because he can't because he's still complaining about Batista having that World Heavyweight title. And then we see Viscera trying to seduce Lillian Garcia again. And then we see Chris Jericho faced off against Kazuo Daivari. Yeah, Daivari was trying to get back in the good graces of Muhammad Hassan, but that didn't work. Viscera defeated Sylvan Ground Way. Ron Kane, then Viscera continues to sue Lillian Garcia with some nachos. Kane defeated Chris Benoit in Gold Rush Tournament semifinal match. And the fans were chanting "You screwed Matt." Then later on the next night, she would turn heel on Kane, May 16, 2005. Ric Flair defeated Tyson Tonko with Christian. Shelton Benjamin defeated Ron Conway. with Edge and defeated Shawn Michaels in semifinal Gold Rush semifinal match. Gold Rush semi tournament final match. And on that same day, uh, Jerry the King Lawler it was May 9th, 1988 when Jerry the King Lawler defeated Kurt Hennig, who some of you know as Mr. Perfect, for the AWA World Heavyweight title. It was at the CW show Memphis, Tennessee. And that it was a historic, epic moment in that match. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett in that same day, other matches including Buckhouse Brown defeating Ken Wayne, Mark Starr and Scott Steiner defeating Doug Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert, the Gilbert Boys, Cuban Choir Boy and Cuban Cowboy 1, Cuban Choir Boy 1 and Cuban Choir Boy 2 defeated the Bruise Brothers. Mike Gray and Steve Graham defeated Kerry Young and Max Payne. Jeff Jarrett and Rob Ford fought and draw a double disqualification, double DQ. Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond defeated Billy Travis and Tom Brandon AWA Tag Team titles. Bill Dundee defeated Eddie Gilbert. And that do it. That's it. Got everything down. And I hope all of you enjoy Backlash tomorrow night. And I'm gonna close out. So as a Godfather, I'm the Godfather Soldier and Slimmest Late Chair Henshaw to say I like to dress up with Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown, like to get in that hot tub, gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. Where I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live when I was little on Comedy Central. So that'll do it. Hope all of you enjoy Backlash. I feel like this won't be a good show tonight. So subscribe to me. Later on tonight I'll give you my review for my review for tonight's Backlash 2025 in St. Louis, Missouri, hometown of Randy Orton. So subscribe to me. Hit like, make comment video. Hope all you good morning. It's midnight. Getting me some sleep. And I'll see all you later tonight for my Backlash review. So good night. And here I'm gonna close out something with a little bit of music for all of you. This #1 hit single from 1985 called "Everytime You Go Away" by British singer Paul Young. So have a good night, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace. Hope all of you have a good Mother's Day too. Give love to your honor thy mother. Remember that, honor thy mother. I'm gonna honor my mother too. So hope all of you have a good night. And here's something to close out the show with this midnight. Every Time You Go Away. #1 hit single for 1985 by Paul Young. Good night, everybody. Or good morning. Have a good morning. Whatever.